So again, store champions and stuff going on a lot this weekend. I'm trying to make time to be able to go to them, so we've been playing a lot of arena. Absolutely loving this deck right now, so I believe we're going to run it back one more time. I think we're going to try it in a casual league this time. I'm basically just wanting to see how different the metagame is. We're getting a lot of Fatal Push decks in the other league. We're not getting many Wizard Red decks and things like that. So I want to give this a try. See if it changes anything very much. I apologize if there's like music or something in the background. This is a pretty easy keep. And we're on the play. Let's start with the slither. The snicky, 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 snicky. Looks like a snake to me. I'm in with calling this a snake. Interesting. Boom. Since they did that with the Greenbelt Rampager, I'm going to just imagine that they're mono green Stompy and that they're not going to kill my Slither Blade, so I'm not going to hold up Dive Down. Versus any red deck or any deck that's got common removal spells in it, I would have definitely held up the dive Down here. Now this isn't to say that this is a perfect plan, because they could have easily still just been a less traditional build of green-black Winding Constrictor, and that would have been a problem with how we played it. Also should not have played the Storm Tamer first, but that's okay. Ended up working out. I gotta hit in combat, and then we gotta pass turns. So now we have a Spell Pierce, we have a Dive Down, we have a Merfolk Trickster to try to turn off their first Dual Leaf Champion attack, and we have a 3-turn clock. So basically, happy days are here again. So can't block anything we've got. Get rowdy, team. Take our action. End our combat. Play our land. Pass our turn. We definitely came out of the gates on this one pretty rock solidly. Let's start with this. Try to tap down the Ronus to prevent 5 damage. Have a Spell Pierce if they have a Blossoming Defense. A boom. Alright, and we'll pass turn. If they attack with a Scrap 2-pounder, we will block this turn since our Trickster can't attack through anything he has anyway. Just preventing an additional 3 damage seems fine. Now we have a spell to protect us from the massive hurts. And there's a good chance that we're going to untap and win, but it's not 100%. They could have Heart of Kirin, they could play land. About Heart of Kirin. Probably the only thing. That is Heart of Kirin. I think I'm actually going to Spell Pierce it. Just to tie up their mana. And hopefully they can only attack with one thing if we do this. And under that scenario, if we draw another Curious Obsession, we win. If not, we'll hold back 2 chump blockers and probably be in some serious trouble. They can only attack for 5 this turn, though. Unsummon also wins. And Merfolk Trickster also wins. So we have a lot of wins here. Let's resolve. Get tricked. thing, do the things, and we've got a win. Next round. Our reward, claim our prize, hit play. So the way the casual events work, you play until you win 7 or lose 3. So currently we're in a spot to where we're playing till we win 6 or lose 3. I like our odds of winning 6, but that's because I'm a braggart. We're just going to go 1-3 after I said something like that. Yeah, this hand is quite nice. It would be beautiful if we draw one of our 8 1-drops on turn 1, but other than that, we do have some tools, and it is pretty groovy. We'll be shaking our group thing. Oh, if it's Bant Fog, we probably can't win without our sideboard, and that is unfortunate. Can't win without their sideboard. Oh no, oh no. Especially since we don't have our sideboard. Oh no, oh no. Could have played a Trickster here and then held up Dive Down because they're on the Teferi turn. They have Fumigate in their main deck. Now that is not something that even crossed my mind. Think I'm just going to pass turn here. Did not even consider Fumigate main deck. I think for pretty quality reason, but now I don't think they're Bant Fog anymore. I think they're Bant Approach now, and that makes a lot more sense. Might be okay versus Bant Approach. Might not be too. Missed the land, we kind of got a slow start. Alright, I think we're just going to attack and try to chart a course. There's a good chance they have Silhouette or something. Go forth, young chart a course, and bring us a land. That's not a land. Alright, looks like we're going to walk into another raft, but we have to play something. I don't think we're going to win just by 2ing him a turn. Obviously, we wanted to land so we could Trickster next turn. But alas, we're not allowed to have what we want here. Our promise is a good one. We wanted to land also so we'd have Wizard's Retort up. Maybe they choose not to get a desert for some reason? And they got the deserts. Alright, well, I guess we're just going to attack with both. Our Merfolk Trickster is kind of useless now. It's a wizard. That's about all it is. But we're fair enough behind that, like, that's not part of the equation, I don't think. And it looks like we're going to be loading up this Slither Blade and doing everything we can to protect it. We will not attack with the second Trickster, like, we'll use it for our Wizard's Retort. Got me. Nexus of Fate. I did not expect that from the ramp deck, but that's okay. They actually get no value out of it in this spot. I mean, they did 2 damage. I'll let you know how much we care about 2 damage. As long as they're not playing Teferi, no one cares. I feel like they should just be holding those. Like, it feels to me like a massive mistake just to be jamming them. If you wait till Teferi, you win the game. If you don't, what you're doing right now just dealt 4 damage and didn't matter. Or 6 damage and didn't matter. Now it's going to deal 8 damage, but like, this damage doesn't matter. They haven't landed in the graveyard yet? They do. Okay. So we're going to try to play the Trickster at the end of their turn. Curious Obsession. Curious Obsession. I would have liked to add one more land before I made this line, but feel like we have to be kind of greedy. Take action. Take action. Play land. End turn. So now we have a Wizard's Retort to try to stop the buyback of the memory. Which a buyback of the memory is likely wins the game in this spot. But we're going to have to draw many more of this card. Alright, well, looks like we don't have an option but to try to Wizard's Retort that.
Time for plan B.
Success. And a Fumigate. Probably should have attacked first, but that's okay. Like, we don't have anything going on now. Fine with that. Really? They have two Teferis in that spot? That's just weird.
Let's slow this down.
It's so weird that they would still have two Teferis there. Anyway, don't think we can beat that. Pretty sure we can concede. If I was off stream, I would 100% concede here. I might play Bant next week. I need to make a list of decks that we want to play before the format technically ends. So, like a little green-white brew. There's a green-blue GPG deck. There's a blue-white GPG deck. And then there's Bant. Alright, we're done on that one. So that's at least 4 decks that I want to play before Ravnica comes out. So it gives us 4 decks to play next week. Planned. 1 and 1 now. Don't know which day. I might play Approach one day too because it's our baby. I have to say goodbye to it before it rotates. Yeah, we'll pencil in Approach too as a potential 5th deck. I don't know what else though. This hand's beautiful. It's like basically the perfect mix. Have to draw a land or 2 more over like the first 2 or 3 or 4 turns. I feel like I should be like tuning this deck as we go. Like I feel like this deck's very good. It'll never be as good as, you know, Red Black or Scarab God, but other than that, I feel like it's very good. Potentially Merfolk. Therefore, I'm going to go ahead and slam this. is in fact merfolk. I'm actually gonna counterspell that. I feel like our wizard's retort's that important. Or sorry, not our wizard's retort, our curiosity. Oh, I didn't mean to attack with this. Rip. I was just pressing the buttons. So now I'm going to take 2 damage next turn that I probably wouldn't normally have to take. All because I was just slamming my face into a keyboard like an idiot. I'm such a dum-dum. I went and played like a dum-dum. Okay. Don't have to feel bad now, as we wouldn't have got to block anyway. Boom. Bring us a card. Boom. Put 4 power in, that's unblockable. And let's see what happens now. Put a counter on each of up to 2 target merfolk. Alrighty then. Probably choose... Oh wow, didn't choose the 2 I thought he would choose. Kinda just want to prevent 4 damage, don't I? Can't replay it this turn, can he? Nope. Just take our action. Draw a land. We'll go ahead and play it because of Tempest Gen. We have Wizard's Retort and a card that lets us loot. We have them on a 3-turn clock. We're still at 17. They have us on a 4-turn clock, but we do have 1 chump blocker. So like we can just block this guy for a while and then we can chump block this later. Currently drawing 2 cards a turn as well. Take action. Opponent said good game. Go ahead and tap that down. Would trade this if they want. Nope, they don't want. 2-1. 2-1, 2-1. So it's 2 losses or 5 wins now. 2 losses or 5 wins. Assume that it's not going to be a very popular channel today. The European Grand Prix, I think Stockholm, is being streamed right now. But I wanted to go ahead and get the stream in. We go first. I'll keep this hand because we're going first. If we were on to draw, I'd be very tempted to mulligan this hand. Blue-white control is absolutely slaying it over at Stockholm. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and chart. Find us some information, discard our island. The Heart of Kirin build, interesting. We have nothing going on, but if we just pass and they play a creature and attack, I think we lose anyway. So we're going to play the Tempest Gen without protection and just, we're going to hope that they don't have a murder boat or a cut. and that we're able to spell pierce a Chandra on a later turn. Alright, so far so good. Oh wow, and they're leaving it to block. That's beautiful for us since they're not going to get to block. As we turn our creature into a 5/5. Combat. Now we have an Essence Scatter and a Spell Pierce plus a Dive Down. Feeling good about this game now. They have like double Phoenix or something, we'll be in trouble, but we have our progressive threat. Take action. Actually going to go ahead and play the Storm Tamer here. Now we have multiple ways to protect the Tempest Djinn. The 5/5. Hey, JJ. No, I left, but I had to do another early morning stream, so I had the opportunity to go to game day today. I won't be home in time to stream today if I do go to game day. Or store championship. I still call it game day. That's a pretty easy attack for him now, I think. Though, in all honesty, I do like this deck. I could see myself playing it that long in a row. So they can't block, so we're going to get Froggy. We're going to draw our card, hope it's another Tempest Djinn. It is not another Tempest Djinn. Do we want to Storm Tame? I think we're just going to chart a course. I'll play the Storm Tamer too. Have you been having a good day, JJ? How's the hurricane down that way? Did you get out in time? You might be back home already. I know you said you had to leave during the hurricane. I just don't know if your flight got canceled or anything because of the hurricane. And is this when we scream out loud that that is game? It's because we have the Merfolk Tripster to tap down the blocker. 3-1. Alright. So we're playing either 4 wins or 2 losses, whichever comes first now. This deck is a beauty. I like it. Going first again, keep winning the dash rows. That's obviously makes us want to dance like there's no tomorrow. I just wanna dance. I need to just start singing all the time. Should be a singing only stream. That's what I should do. Once a month for the subs, we should just do karaoke. And everybody would never leave. Leave tomorrow morning, change the flight. Okay, fair enough. So you got to skip the flying during the hurricane, but I mean, how close are you to, like... What? 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 That's not a magic card? Stop it! I kid, it's a magic card, of course. So how close were you to, like, the damage of the hurricane and stuff? Have multiple removal spells now. We're just going to end turn here. We'll need to hit some more lands, but at least we can stop the majority of their plan. With multiple hard counter spells. No, you get. Actually, I probably should have played the Wizard's Retort. But I don't know if they're going to have, like, Chandras and things. Wow. You're gonna get rid of the island. Our hand's actually just gas, so. Sure. Oh, oh, that's right. For some reason, I was thinking the hurricane's actually in Florida, and it's not actually in Florida. I'm just silly. I was thinking the hurricane was in Florida. Our opponent played a bunch of things. It's not really ahead yet. Think we're fine with that. Because we get to do some trickery now. Activated on that. May draw a card, sure. If we like it more than the Obstructionist, we'll just discard an Obstructionist. If not, we'll do this. I think I'm going to block this one because I can just leave the Baral and the Trickster to block the Beaumont next turn. JK. Not blocking the Beaumont next turn. We're just slamming a Tempest Gen this turn. And now we're trying to win a race. Play our 4/4 for 3. That looks like it's going to suck out your soul. No Chandra Plox, no Hazoret Plox. Actually, we can probably just beat. We can probably beat both of those cards with our current hand. Combat. Attack with just the big one. I lost my chat. There we go. So we have this Nimble Obstructionist for whenever he goes crazy with the Beaumont Courier, and it's going to be sweet. I assume that'll be this turn then. Alright, things could get drastically worse for us now. So, if we just let this resolve and slam this, there's a chance that these two win. And he has a removal spell for this. I think it's just safer to do this. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Not actually winning, but definitely puts us in a good spot. They have to draw exactly 2 burn spells. Okay, we win now. The Merfolk's Trickster closes the game even if they hit perfect on the flame. So like even if they do deal with the Tempest Gen, the Trickster wins the game. So we're playing 3 wins or 2 losses, whichever happens first. Another Hundo Gold. Currently 4-1. 8-3 on the day. Not a great record, but a pretty good record. Played a lot of Fatal Push decks, though, so that's going to lower that record, of course. Winning a lot of dice rolls right now, too. I'm actually going to keep this because we have the 1-2 punch, and that's going to be so good versus a lot of decks. Even if we miss on getting the combo, as long as we draw a land in draw 2 land in 4 turns, as long as one of them's by turn 3, feel like we've got a good shot. Since we see a Mending River, I'm just going to go ahead and slam the creature. I want pressure on the board more than I want to draw cards versus a deck like that. And we're just going to slam. Hope they don't... Oh, what? I accidentally skipped through my turn. But that's okay. We have a Wizard's Retort, so it's not the end of the world, but it was definitely unintended. That was not intentional. I meant to cast the Baral last turn, which means we'd be casting Chart this turn. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and put the Obsession on this as well. If we'd hit a land, we would have had, or if we didn't hit a land and the Baral resolved, we would have got to use the Chart, of course. If we did hit a land, we would have had the Wizard's Retort up, which is why I did not Curious Obsession pre-combat. I will counterspell here. But would not add anything else to the board. Untap land, please. We did not get our untapped land. But we have protection from Fumigate and Fumigate and Fairy now, which is nice. We'll go ahead and counterspell that, I guess. A lot of these decks don't actually play Fumigate anymore. One of the reasons I feel pretty confident making that play. I just want lands, so we're going to cast Chart, of course. Oh, we hit another Spell Pierce. We're going to just win this game then. Sorry, opponent. Silhouette's fine. It's not like we can do anything about it. We only have Spell Pierce. I'm going to be greedy and Chart, of course, pre-combat. See if we hit a Curious Obsession for the win. We did. And we're going to attack with our friends. Alright. I believe we're now... Alright, so first of all, let's flip this over. What? I want to look at those cards! I guess I have to hit claim prize. I don't know. Sad. Emo, sad, sad, emo. Emo, 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 sad, sad, sad. I wanted to look. I want to know what our new beautiful is. It could have been everything. It could have been a boat, a sky boat, a toot toot. Toot. Just babbling. I'm super tired. It's 10 a.m. I have to leave by 11:30 if I'm going to the Magic tournament. I'm going first. Hands perfect. We're going to slam this little friend. The next turn we'll either slam this or this, depending upon both what they do and what they're playing. And since they showed us an island, we're just going to put our power on the board. Yeah, it's more Hearthstone-like, but I actually grew pretty used to it. I kind of like it now. I would like it to be a little bit better on me understanding the phases, I guess, but I'm not necessarily sure that's the game's fault. Alright, well, I'm going to put one of you here, and another one of you here, and then we're going to draw 2 cards this turn. So we're going to need to draw a Wizard's Retort or a Spell Pierce at some point in this game, preferably before, you know, they cast the Sweeper. Hey, Best, what's up? So now we have a Dive Down to stop something like a Silhouette. We're going to attack for another 5. Then we have a Spell Pierce plus a Baral to stop something like a Settle the Wreckage the following turn. So they're going to need multiple... going to need multiple Settle the Wreckage / Fumigate effects to win this game. That is so weird that they didn't do that in their main phase, when I probably couldn't have protected it, but that's okay. Doesn't change anything for us. It's still, our game plan still remains the same. Hey Juka, what is up? Action, a second Spell Pierce. Alright, well that's just game. They're not coming back from the second Spell Pierce. What is your upload speed and your download speed? Like, those are pretty key factors in being able to stream. Oh, he doesn't even have double wides. There's nothing for us to think about. There's no double wide over there. Just cast a Jin. We still have double counterspell. They recommend like a 2.5 upload, but really, there shouldn't be a whole lot to it. Just make sure your computer can handle it, and alright, well, they're just letting us attack. That's nice. I appreciate people to do things like this because they are dailies in this game. And make sure you have the internet connection and a computer that can handle it. Like, I don't do anything. The only things I have open for streaming, I have OBS, I have Magic Arena, I have Twitch, and Streamlabs. Figured you'd be in church already, Matt. SoulForge is a fun game though. Like, I can't complain. I wish they hadn't made the changes. You should have plenty. I don't know like what you need graphics card wise and CPU wise, but like that would be the first thing I check into then. Thank you for the follow. I have 30 down, 1.5 up. I have the worst computer, or sorry, the worst internet service, like basically in a basically in a relevant U.S. area. I don't know how to phrase what I'm trying to say. Like, I obviously don't have the best internet in the world. I'm not trying to say, or worst internet in the world, but like for a fairly inhabited area, how about that? I have to have just some of the worst internet. Please don't kill our little friend. Oh wow, so kind of weird. Oh, okay, it's a lot less weird if they're playing a deck like that. And this is going to be a lot harder for us to beat, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm just going to cast a Charter Course anyway. We basically have to try to stop Herald of Anguish now. Says the person that lives in Virginia when it's not much better. Though your internet is obviously massively better. I think the city you live in is bigger than mine too, though, so that might have something to do with it. We only have 6, so there's no Herald of Anguish this turn. And spoiler, I'm not tapping out the rest of the game. Don't care. Gain 7 million life. Thumbs up. Don't care. We'll just cast another 1/1. What do you think about that? How you like them apples? Man, someday that whole state's just gonna fall into the ocean. It's way too hot out there, I bet. Yep, we're running a mono blue tempo. If you type !deck list, there should be a deck list in the chat. Deck list. This should give you a deck list and my Twitter if you want to follow it. Also, below the stream, there's a link to my YouTube if you want to find all of our past content. We upload a video to YouTube almost every single day. The only times we don't upload videos to YouTube is when, like, my internet or something makes the stream unuploadable. But as long as it's uploadable, we do. So there's like 400 plus videos on there. I am delirious, Juka. Like, I have not slept, so we're just gonna pass here. Again, can't beat Herald of Anguish, so. But we've streamed 435 days in a row. We play a fairly large variety of decks, though keep in mind, this is getting close to the end of the standard season before rotation, so we're basically recycling decks and playing the same fun decks over and over. We're not having a lot of variety right now, which I do have to apologize because I know a lot of people like the variety, but hopefully with Ravnica we'll get brewing, and it'll be great. No hurricanes, nor tornadoes, but they have earthquakes, man. They have earthquakes that's gonna knock the entire country into the water, and on top of that, the whole state just seems to be on fire if you read the news. Wait, they don't actually have another land, do they? I don't see real well, but they don't have a land, do they? Alright, I don't think they have a land. I think we can spell pierce this. If they have Metallic Rebuke to protect it, we're dead. And that is game. We cannot deal 30 damage in time. Cannot deal 30 damage in time. Alright, I feel like we can just concede now. We're forced into literally counterspelling anything they play now and praying. Because everything they play this turn is a 5/5 next turn. Can't imagine that there's anything that we would keep over a Wizard's Retort, but we will look just in case. I have to counterspell that too. We'll decline this. No, we might be able to get it. It's not impossible. It's just clearly very hard. I think I'm gonna attack. Well, we get to look at multiple cards. The top card was not a land. Our top card was fantastic. Running a mill deck, and it's hilarious. Alright. So we can survive this attack. We're not happy about it, but we can. kind of wish they'd play a spell pre-combat. They did not play a spell pre-combat. Think I have to save the Siren Storm Tamer. Oh, that's kind of cool. I love Mildex. Oh, no, not Karn. I thought we had a chance. That's not a chance. Alright, so now we have to draw our Unsummon. Well, that's similar to an Unsummon. Combat. Attack. If we attack them for 8 this turn, they'll be at 11 next turn. And that will be able to make a thing, so... I guess we have to kill the Karn. Need them to brick a turn
Acting unwisely, this will not deter.
to have a chance. We need to. If they brick 2 turns, we win. I think, probably. Come on, opponent. Brick 2 turns. We still have chances. That's not bricking at all. That's playing the best card in your deck. And the ability it has says that we now cannot win. No, we have a Merfolk Trickster that has flash. Like, we're not going to lose this turn, but what? Where did this thing go? Oh, because it kills this creature because it removes the +1/+1. That's hilarious. We still can't win. There's nothing we can do to win. Alright, so our out now is to draw Chart a Course and our opponent not block. It's ridiculous that we're still, like, technically alive. We have a Siren Storm Tamer to protect him from killing... Never mind. We're dead. We're dead Reno. He has 3 activations up. I guess I couldn't attack with the other Tempest Gen, but... Yeah, I shouldn't have attacked with the other Tempest Gen. Alright, we are dead. They see it. That was a play mistake. We don't really have outs here, so I don't know if it mattered. So what happens? He sacks this one, and he can't attack. He kills one of our things one turn and our other one the next turn. Yeah, just don't have an out to Herald of Anguish. We made it close though. So we're 6-2, 9-4 on today, and this will decide whether we get the big thing or not. We go first. Hands reasonable. It's actually pretty good. We need to see no Scarab God, no Chain Whirler with this hand. I've watched enough to know that blue-white is everywhere, but that's about all I've looked at. Like, blue-white is absolutely everywhere. This is not the type of hand that wins this game, by the way. Or match, rather. Like, we're already really far behind. And Pia's a great one. I want to be able to attack this turn so that we can cast our Charter Course without worry. Alright, pass turn. We ain't got much going on for us. Not too worried about that. Oh. He had the good way to kill it. Alright, well that was a good draw. We have what they call hope now. And hope's a powerful drug. Glorybringer coming to do Glorybringer things. That's not fun. That's actually very fun. Boom. We will block you, and we will block you. All of a sudden, I feel ahead. Slam you on you. Wouldn't mind to find a way to protect this thing, but... in combat, I think just slamming another Tempest Gen's fine. Like, they need another Glorybringer. They have a lot of different things that can kill it, and all of them are really good versus us, but... like, we have... oh, no, don't have the best one. Don't have the one that's going to let you beat me in a race. Oh, no, why do you have that one? Come on, land. One time, land. That's not a land. Needed a land so bad. They have to have something. I feel like if I just played a Nimble Obstructionist, I lose the game. Like, I feel like they have another Murder Bolt. Can I forward to untap and try to draw the land? Maybe I'm supposed to just cycle one of these. No, we're just going to cast it. I think we have to try to win. As a Murder Boat, we lose. Oh, well, they let us untap, so that's game. They didn't have anything. We did it. 7 wins. We had to think about that turn a little bit. We did it. They didn't have it. 7 wins. Throw your hands in the air. Wave them like you just don't care. Huh. It didn't make us click prize that time. It let us look at our card. Alright, claim our prize. We won 1,000 gold. What do we get? Boom. Bad mythic. And boom. Oh, a good mythic. Hot damn. So, overall, let's pull up the deck list for those who don't want to type exclamation mark deck list. Oh, let's open a pack too. Also, keep in mind if you're watching from the YouTube video, the deck list is in the description. If you're watching in chat, you can type exclamation mark deck list. And before, oh, we opened a second. We've got 2 of these in 2 days. This is kind of nice. And keep in mind, we did not build this deck. This is Ken Yukihiro's deck from Japanese Nationals. So, for any particular questions on why certain cards in the deck, he would know better than I. But it's felt pretty good. So this is the main deck. You can see everything but the 21 lands. I originally thought the Unsummon was horrible, but this one of Unsummon's been so very, very good. The Nimble Obstructionists have well overperformed. The deck's been good. It obviously red black and blue black are just better decks, and obviously like we have a very bad match versus blue black. But all of like the red black and the wizard red decks, like I feel like we're a favorite versus all of those decks. There's a lot of play in that matchup, and there's a lot of decision making in those matchups. And they're not super swingy, though they are a little swingy. So like I find them very, very fun to play. And for anybody who cares about the sideboard, we'll flip it over here. It's got 4 Diamond Mare, which is just a fun card and looks beautiful foil. The sleeps are versus basically any green deck. Get a lot, the mirror match, things like that. The sleeps are just been really nice too when we draw them. But yeah, overall, I really like the deck. Anyway, I want to thank you guys all for coming out and watching, but that's going to do it for us today. And we're going to hop offline, and I'm probably going to go watch the rest of Grand Prix Stockholm. It does great versus control decks. Control decks are some of your better matches because right off the bat you have 6 counter spells in your main deck, which is generally about as many as they play. You have Essence Scatters for like whatever gear hooks they happen to have, but you have the 6 Flash Threats plus Baral, which gives you a lot of play. Then you have just a bunch of little 1-drops and Curious Obsession and ways to protect the Curious Obsession creature. So like you can get one of your 1-drops down and a Curious Obsession on it and protected before like they're getting Essence Scatters and stuff up, and you just like ride those cards to victory. And then when if they do resolve a Fumigate or a Settle or whatever, you have like these Flash Threats where you get to like slam this big Jin. Jin's probably actually the worst card in the matchup. And then out of the sideboard, you get an additional 7 more counter spells to go with your Baral, and Baral just wins versus the blue matches. So in total, after the sideboarded games, for just like non-conditional counter spells, like when I say non-conditional, obviously negate's conditional, but like the counter spells that are relevant versus blue-white, you have 3 Syncopates, you have 3 negates, you have 1 Jace's Defeat, you have 4 Wizard's Lightnings, you have 2 Spell Pierces. So you go up to 13 counter spells plus Baral. And then you have like cheap card advantage engines in Shard of Course and Curious Obsession. So versus the control matches, they have felt like buys. None of them have been particularly close. We did lose to a Bant Turbo Fog or a Bant Approach deck. Bant something. We conceded it before we saw his skill condition. But like we drew pretty bad, and we were playing best of 1, so our sideboard didn't come into effect. But that's really the only thing we've lost to control-wise with it. I think total record with this deck is just some obscene number. I can't remember it right now. But anyway, thanks for coming. I've rambled on, and we're going to hop offline. Take care, everybody.